Hi, it's Cory, and today you're gonna learn how to play Beauty and the Beast from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. So before we get started in the tutorial, I did just want to say this was my January Song of the Month pick from my Patreon community. So thank you so much to my Patreon community, but I just want to take a second to thank my gold tier members in particular because they really help me financially to be able to make these tutorials for you guys. Those people are Rosemary Bristol, Glenn Clement, Harry Payne, Yuki, Stefan Ramirez, Bradley Carter, Nadia Rogers, Charlotte Ramiro, Alexander Olin, Matthew Newton, Andrew Atbury, as well as all my other gold tier members that just prefer to stay anonymous as well as thank you to my entire Patreon community. If you're at all interested in checking out what my Patreon has to offer, I do have the link down in the description box. But even if you're not interested in joining my Patreon, please just make sure to maybe join as a subscriber and give this video a like as well. But with that, let's get into the tutorial. First thing you want to do before playing anything is make sure your ukulele is in tune. That's going to be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and then an A on the 1st string. The first chord we're looking at is going to be the A minor chord. That's going to be your 2nd finger placed on the 2nd fret, 4th string. Next, we're looking at the B major chord. That's going to be your 1st finger barring on strings 1 and 2 of the 1st fret. Your 2nd finger is going to go on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger is going on the 3rd string of the 4th fret. We also have a B minor chord here. That's going to have us be barring all across the 2nd fret here. Take your 2nd finger then, place it over your 1st finger to give it some extra support. Then you're taking your 3rd finger and placing it on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Next, we have the C major 7 chord. So that's going to be your 2nd finger placed on the 1st string of the 2nd fret. We also have the C7 chord, which is going to be your 1st finger placed on the 1st string of the 1st fret. We also use the D7 chord a lot, so that's going to be your 1st finger placed on the 4th string of the 2nd fret, and then your 2nd finger placed on the 2nd string of the 2nd fret. Next is a D minor chord. D minor is going to be your 1st finger placed on the 2nd string of the 1st fret, your 2nd finger placed on the 4th string of the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger placed on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret. We also use an E flat chord, so that's going to be your 1st finger placed on the 1st string of the 1st fret, then your 2nd finger is going down to fret 3 on the 3rd string, and then your 3rd finger is on also the same fret, fret 3, but on the 2nd string. Next, we have the E minor chord, which is going to be your 1st finger placed on the 2nd fret, 1st string, your 2nd finger is going on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then your 3rd finger is going on the 4th fret, 3rd string. Next is the F major chord. That's your 1st finger placed on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then your 2nd finger is going on the 2nd fret, 4th string. We also have the G major chord. That's going to be your 1st finger placed on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, your 2nd finger on the 1st string of the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger is going on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Then we also use the G minor chord here. So that's going to be your 1st finger on the 1st fret, 1st string. Then your 2nd finger is actually going on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret. And then your 3rd finger is going on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret. So there are a lot of chords here. Some are a little bit more difficult than others. You might not be familiar with all of them, but the very first thing you want to do after making sure your ukulele is in tune is be really familiar with all of those different chords. If you're not familiar with those chords, it's going to make it really difficult for you to be able to play along smoothly with the song, just because you want to be able to have the chords known enough that you don't need to look at the chord diagram every single time you shift to the chord. It's also important to know here that we are changing the keys. So that means the first part of the song we are going to be playing in one key, which uses one set of chords, and then we're changing keys which are using a different set of chords. So in the first part of the song, you're going to, for instance, be seeing a lot more Fs and C7s, and then in the later half of the song, you're going to be seeing a lot more G's and D7s. So it's just something to kind of be aware of, that you can really learn this song really well given the form of it and that key change. And that key change also happens at the end of the bridge, and then for verses 3, 4, and the outro will be in the new key of G. So for this song, mainly, you're going to be using a strumming pattern of a down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So I'm going to demo what that strumming pattern is going to sound like, and then I will show you some variations that you can use if you're first starting out to work up to the strumming pattern. So the main strumming pattern we're using, just demonstrated on an F major chord, it's going to be a down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So again, slowly, that's down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Played in time, it sounds like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So the first line of the song, for instance, is we have on this F for a second. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. So when you play through this, there's a lot of opportunities where you can drop some downs and downs up. What I would say is get really comfortable with coming back to the down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. The only time that this is going to change is in the outro, where we're just going to be playing on the chord change. That way it gives some really nice emphasis at the end, bringing us to that very, very last Beauty and the Beast. So that would sound like this. Now, just as a reminder, when I'm demoing this ending part for you, it is after we've taken the key change. So just keeping that in mind. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. So you're just playing here on those chord changes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the progression of what your practice will sound like and what you should do when going through this song. You're going to want to start first on playing through the whole thing just on the chord changes, then on the beat, and then incorporate the strumming pattern. So this is what the opening lines sound like, just played on the chord change. Tale as old as time, true as it can be. This is what it sounds like played on the beat. Tale as old as time, true as it can be. And this is what it sounds like with the full strumming pattern. Tale as old as time, true as it can be. So you can hear there where when you first start out and when you're still getting used to those chords and everything, you're going to want to start really slow just on those chord changes and then eventually work your way up. A really easy way you can do this is with the play along section. You can adjust the speed of the play along to go slower so you can work up that stamina, eventually bringing it up to concert tempo. It's unrealistic for you to think, especially as a beginner player, that you're gonna be able to watch a single tutorial and then be able to play the whole thing. My job here is to give you all the pieces you need to then take the time you need to practice it and then be able to come back and play along with it once you've put in that practice time. But if you want to see what the entire tutorial sounds like put all together, let's take a look at the play along starting right now. 1, 2, here we go, and tale as old as time, true as it can be, barely even friends, then somebody bends tutorial for Beauty and the Beast from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. It's a super fun song. This is definitely kind of like an easy version, like kind of laid back, but one of my favorite versions of this actually is from like a country Disney album, and I've realized this whole month as I've been going through and doing these different Disney songs that almost all of my like arrangements are very heavily influenced by like the country kind of versions of that. So, but it's a really fun song regardless. I mean, at the end of the day, it's hard to do a really true arrangement for a song that's mostly piano and there's a lot of flourishes and stuff, but still keep it pretty beginner friendly. So I hope you guys found this version to kind of hit the mark for you. If there are other Disney tunes that you absolutely love, check out my Disney playlist to see if I have any of them already made, and if not, comment down below to let me know what tutorials you would love to see. Also, please give this video a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I come out with new videos for ukulele and tips and tricks videos every single week. But I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye!